Hello guys, this is the continuation of the previous lesson which is like about the Davenport diagram. So in the first part I explained you about that any disturbances on this line, any metabolic disturbances on this lines are without compensation, and any respiratory disturbances on this buffer line are showing the respiratory disturbances without compensation. So this make and cross or X in the center, so you can say at this cross, so any point on this cross showing the disturbances, either respiratory, either metabolic disturbances, but they don't have any compensation. That was I explained in you the previous part. Now in this part, what I need going to explain you now, we explained you about the disturbances, either respiratory or metabolic disturbances, but they are with the compensation, right? So stay with me. So the first point, we select this B point on this Davenport diagram. So rule of three, we have to apply. The first rule is we need to see the pH. So pH going this way, that is the pH of the blood is decreasing, right? So first point, we are dealing with the acidic pH. Now the second rule is we have to see the pressure of carbon dioxide, right? So over here, the pressure of carbon dioxide, the person is on the point is on the 80 mm of Hg isobar. So up to here I concluded that I am dealing with the respiratory acidosis. Now the third rule is I have to see the bicarbonate concentration in the blood. So over here, if you guys tell me over here that if we are dealing with the respiratory acidosis, like as I told you, this case is the respiratory acidosis. So what would be the compensation? The compensation is by the kidney. You are right. So what would be the kidney do? It will retain or excrete the bicarbonate ion. You're right. Kidney will retain the bicarbonate ion. So over here you see, you draw a line from here to here. So it is probably 40 milliequivalent whatsoever, but it is above the normal value, right? So we concluded in this case that point D, we have respiratory acidosis with compensation, right? Metabolic acidosis with respiratory acidosis with compensation. That is, body is trying to retain the bicarbonate to return the pH towards the normal baseline, right? Now the second point I consider over here, that is point E. Now again we apply the rule. The first rule will look for the pH. So pH over here is increasing, right? So increasing, we are dealing with the alkaline pH. Then we look for the pressure of carbon dioxide. So pressure of carbon dioxide over here, this is 40. So this point is over here, let's say it is on the 50 mm of Hg. Now you tell me, we are dealing with the respiratory or metabolic alkalosis? Metabolic alkalosis. Why it is not respiratory alkalosis? Because for the respiration to produce, for respiratory alkalosis, the pressure of carbon dioxide should be over here, decrease, right? Pressure of carbon dioxide should be decreased from 40 to below, but over here the pressure is 50 mm of Hg, right? So then we have to see, like, what we say, that this is not respiratory alkalosis, right? Because pressure of carbon dioxide is not below 40, it is above 40. Now we look for the third thing, which is your bicarbonate ion level. So if you draw a line over here to here, you can see roughly it is 45 milliequivalent per liter, which is your bicarbonate ion concentration in your blood. So you concluded that you are dealing with the metabolic alkalosis with compensation. So if the body have metabolic alkalosis, what would be the compensation? You are right, respiration. So what would be the compensation? What would the respiratory system will do? It will retain the carbon dioxide, or it will blow out the carbon dioxide? Yes, the patient will be hypoventilate to retain the carbon dioxide to bring this pH towards the normal pH, because the pH is increasing in this case. Okay, so I think you understand this one. Let me erase. Now the next point, I have to we go from this down so you can better understand. So now I take the point, this one, G point, right? Again stay with me, right? So this is 7.4, which is normal. So over here the pH is decreasing. So we concluded at point G we are dealing with the metabolic acidosis. We are dealing with the acidic pH, right? Just above the pH. So at point G, pH is decreased, we are dealing with the acidic pH. First point. Then second point, we see the carbon dioxide concentration. So this is the normal isobar, and the person is over here, that is maybe 30 mm of Hg, right? So what is the conclusion? It is metabolic acidosis or respiratory acidosis? You're right. For the respiratory acidosis, this G point should be over here. Pressure of carbon dioxide should be up. As I told you, whenever you have increased carbon dioxide, you are dealing with the respiratory acidosis condition. Over here, the pressure of carbon dioxide is below 40, that is around 30 mm of Hg. So this is not respiratory acidosis. Now we check the third rule, or the third point, which is the bicarbonate concentration. Over here you draw a line over here that is showing about the 18 milliequivalent per liter. So you can conclude that you're dealing with the metabolic acidosis because of the low bicarbonate ion, but the pressure of carbon dioxide is dropped down. Why drop down? Because it is showing the compensation. Very good. The patient will hypoventilate or hyperventilate. Patient will be hyperventilate because it is acidotic condition, right? So patient have to blow out the carbon dioxide to return the pH toward the normal baseline, right? So this is point G. Now we come toward the point J, right? Okay, so first rule, you see the pH. So pH going this way, so we are dealing with the alkaline pH, right? Second, we see the pressure of carbon dioxide. So what is the pressure of carbon dioxide? Decreasing, because this is 40, this is 20 isobar, so you are over here up to 10 isobar, you can see 10 mm of Hg, right? So what is your conclusion? You are dealing with the metabolic alkalosis or respiratory? Respiratory, because as I told you, for the respiratory alkalosis, the pressure of carbon dioxide should be dropped down from 40 to 20. Then we can conclude. Now we need to see the bicarbonate ion level. Where is that? So bicarbonate ion level is over here, right? Over here. So this is why that the bicarbonate ion level dropped from 24 to let's say roughly 15 milliequivalent. So that is the compensation, right? As I told you, for the respiratory alkalosis, the compensation is kidney, right? Kidney will do the compensation. And what kidney will be do? It will retain bicarbonate ion, or it will excrete bicarbonate ion. Yes, kidney will excrete the bicarbonate ion to maintain this alkaline pH back towards the normal pH. That's why from 24 we are reaching to the 15 milliequivalent. So that is how we are body compensate when you have respiratory alkalosis, right? And the patient is in this condition, patient is hyperventilating or hyperventilating, right? And this J could be a point they show you in case of high altitude, right? This is what happened in the higher altitude. Okay, now coming back, so this is in this points I have explained you about the disturbances with compensation, right? Disturbances with compensation. So if you remember that way, so one point, if you remember that any disturbances which are occurring between the normal line, so this is normal pH line, and the disturbed line, this is the disturbed line. So any points between these two lines, that is your disturbed line and the normal line, they will show the disturbances with compensation, just if you can remember. And between this normal line and this is the disturbed line, so over here any points in this area or in this area, they are showing the disturbances with compensation. Similarly, this bicarbonate ion line is normal and this is your disturbed line. So over here again, any point over here, you are dealing with the disturbances with compensation, and between this line to this line, that is normal line, and this is the disturbed line. So over here also you're dealing with the disturbances, that have compensation, that is between the disturbed line and normal line, disturbed line, normal line, normal line, disturbed line, and this is normal line and disturbed line. So that is how, if you can remember that way too. Now the final point is that anything which is between, let me get my pointer. So anything which is happening between two disturbed line will show the mixed cases. So what are the two disturbed lines? So this is the buffer line for acidic conditions, and this is the buffer line for metabolic conditions, right? So these two are the disturbed line. So any point over here in this triangle area will show the mixed cases, right? Similarly, this is the disturbed line and this is also the disturbed line. So any things over here between two disturbed line will show the mixed cases, right? So I am giving you over here the example. Let's say I am getting a point over here, that is your H, right? Now stay with me. How will you conclude that this is mixed case, right? So first we see the pH go this way, that is decreasing. right? Because H point is over here, right? pH, this is how you conclude the pH, right? So pH is decreasing, right? Then you concluded that you're dealing with the acidic pH. Then pressure of carbon dioxide, right? So what you concluded, this is normal 40, this is 80 isobar, and this is roughly 70, right? 70 mm for Hg. Pressure of carbon dioxide is increasing. So you concluded up to here that you are dealing with the respiratory acidosis, right? For respiratory acidosis. So what would be happen? So respiratory acidosis condition, either it should be on the normal, this line which is A condition, but it is over here, H is over here. So what you will see, it is over here, that is bicarbonate ion level is over here, that is 23. So what it is showing, that pH is decreasing, bicarbonate level is also decreasing, right? So what really can be for metabolic conditions, for metabolic disturbances or metabolic acidosis, the bicarbonate level is go down, right? Metabolic acidosis, the bicarbonate level will go down. In the H point, you have increased pressure of carbon dioxide, which is showing to respiratory acidosis, but at the same time, the pressure of the bicarbonate level in the blood is dropped down. This is up to like 18 mm of Hg, you can say 18 milliequivalent, sorry. So again, you are dealing with the mixed respiratory acidosis and metabolic acidosis condition. So this is the mixed area. So the point H is showing you the mixed area. Now come back to this diagram. So this is a picture you see in the U word. That is the same thing as I told you. So let me get my pointer. So this is the normal pH, this is the bicarbonate, and this is the inverted Y shape. If you can see over here, this is the normal isobar. So this point E, what is that? This point B is what is that? And this point A, they are showing you any point. So I will give you every single example. I will just explain about the point E. So first you see the pH. So what is the pH over here? This way. So pH is decreasing, so you are dealing with the acidic pH. Next, what you have to see, the pressure of carbon dioxide. So pressure of carbon dioxide, you are on the 20 isobar. So you are in the 20 isobar. So what would be the conclusion? The pressure of carbon dioxide is increase or decrease? It is decrease. If you have a respiratory acidosis, the pressure of carbon dioxide will be increased. That is this way, this direction. It is coming down, so you say it is not respiratory acidosis, right? Because pressure of carbon dioxide is dropping down. Now the third point, you see the bicarbonate ion concentration in the blood, and over here the bicarbonate ion concentration, let's say roughly 10 milliequivalent per liter, it is dropping down from the normal concentration, right? So over here your conclusion is that you are dealing with the metabolic acidosis with respiratory compensation, because respiration is coming down from 40 to 20. That is, patient is hyperventilated to bring the pH towards the normal. Similarly, point D, it is increased pH, right? And what is the pressure of carbon dioxide? It is 20. So you concluded what? You're dealing with the respiratory alkalosis. You're right, because for the metabolic alkalosis, this point should be above, because we have to match with the bicarbonate. Over here, our D point is on the 20 isobar. So we said like from 40, it coming down. That is, pressure of carbon dioxide is decreased. When carbon dioxide is decreased, you are meaning decreasing the pH, increasing the pH of your blood, right? That is alkalosis. Now the third rule, you have to see about the bicarbonate ion concentration. It is coming down over here. That is from 23 to roughly 20 milliequivalent per liter. So you're saying you're dealing with the respiratory alkalosis with compensation. That is, pressure bicarbonate ion in the serum is dropping down from 24 to 20. That is how you conclude all other point. Thank you so much. Hope so this video helps you a lot. Thank you so much.